Hello. Go ahead and open up your history or social studies interactive notebook and go to slide number 46. Now we are going to go in the top right corner and read our little tidbit of information. The Shang Dynasty built China's first city in about 1760 BCE. Dynasties pass down ruling power from one generation to the next, meaning it is a monarchy. During the Shang Dynasty, bronze work and expert tool-making flourished. Also during this time, people invented the first Chinese writing system, which we will learn about a little bit. Farming was important under aristocratic control. Farmers supplied food to their local noblemen in exchange for protection. Oftentimes, during this, you would be in charge. It's almost like you are renting the land from a landlord. So your landlord would own the land, and the people, the farmers working on the land, would pay their supply, a partial supply of their crops in order to get protected, whether it be natural disasters such as floods or monsoons or fires, or against invaders or people attacking them. So you would pay for protection. And another example of this is if you have heard of like Apple Care for your phone. You pay in case something happens to your phone. You don't know if it will, but just in case, you pay. These aristocrats, so the people who owned the land or the landlords, relied on land for wealth and passed this power from generation to generation. Oopsie daisies. This is where we're going to get on the first time of writing. Around the time of the Shang Dynasty, the first Chinese writing system was created with characters to represent words. This is kind of like emojis or bitmojis, where you don't have letters per se, but you have something that expresses an idea or a word. Now, historians don't know exactly how long the system was in place, but the oldest examples from the Shang Dynasty era show writing that was very well developed, meaning it's more than likely the writing had been happening many years before we found out. The kings of the Shang Dynasty believed their ancestors could advise them after death. They carved questions onto pieces of ox bone or turtle shells in order to ask questions as, when is the best time to grow crops? So you're going to see that is the bottom of a tortoise shell, and they would write questions, and they would put this item into a fire, and after it cracks a little bit, they would pull it out, and based on where the cracks were on these questions, they would have answers. Now, ancestors and the idea that the people who are older than you are very important was huge in ancient China. This is called filial piety. It's the idea, filial meaning family, piety meaning reverence or respect. You have great respect for those people in your family who are older than you, for people who are older. So, asking help from your ancestors was very common. If you remember Mulan, they have councils over what to do with Mulan because they are very much so in charge of helping her from the afterlife. So, with all that information, we are going to read this News ELA article. So go ahead and click on it. And you are looking for ways that the Shang Dynasty is similar or different to either Egypt, Indus Valley, Mesopotamia, all that fun jazz. My suggestion is to look at how they treat their dead, their importance of farming, the importance of education, the social structure. Those are some things that you can connect with other places. Make sure you get a 3 out of 4 on your test, and you can come back.